Between 1958 and 1962, John B. Calhoun did a series of experiments involving rats and mice, where he sought to see the effects of overpopulation upon these creatures, or at least that was perhaps the result of it. What he actually did was he gave these mice and rats all the resources they need, unlimited resources, protection from predators, basically removing any obstacle to survival. This then led to the rapid increase in these populations, and as a consequence he was then able to study the effects of that overpopulation. And what he found was that the mortality rate of infants was skyrocketed, in some cases going up to 96%, that there was many female rats were unable to see through the entirety of their pregnancy. Male rats showed pathological behaviors, sexual abnormality, and in some colonies they would peak at a certain number. So say the pen was built for 4,000 mice or rats, the complex, it would only reach about 2,200. Then it would start to deteriorate and decline, because the mice and rats had lost the ability to engage in courtship, the social side of courtship. They would do strange behaviors, like they would only go out and eat if none of the other mice and rats were around, or they would join in one large group to eat together. So you'd have like 80% of all the mice in one place, rather than spread across the whole space. So overcrowding, or at least the removal of significant obstacle for survival, results in an overcrowding which in turn seems to generate disturbed behavior that people cannot, mice and rats cannot handle. And it leads to ultimately the destruction of the individuals and of their whole society, their whole social organization, their whole family. And then it's difficult to know how applicable these results are to human beings, but it certainly seems that we are not creatures that are capable of really handling mass organization. Even in big organizations, we break things down into smaller units. For example, you have one committee that has maybe 12 people on it. Maybe each of those people heads up another committee with 12 people on it, and so on. That in itself is indicative of the level, the scale at which our minds can work. But every day, if you're living in a city, you're engaging with thousands of people. You're in this huge space with overpopulation. It raises questions for whether it's the right way to go.